Some people start self-improvement, but they often make this one huge mistake that one, they aren't searching for it, or two, they're not even aware that it's important. So you're doing all the good habits, and that's fantastic, but you don't have any clear direction or path in mind for your success. You might start cutting off toxic friends, and that's fantastic because you want to be a healthier person. But at the end of the day, if you're cutting people off and you're taking a lot of time out of your day, then you need to have something that you're pursuing that's going to accelerate your bank account, your status, or your health. This was me when I first started my self-improvement journey. I was waking up early, doing cold showers, meditating, reading, journaling, working out, and it was fantastic. It was a very fun time. But, I'd replace work with just watching self-improvement videos or listening to a podcast, when in reality, you need direction, you need work, you need something to do, and that's going to accelerate you massively. Because without that, it's a bit empty, and there's no point to self-improvement if your life is self-improvement. You get what I mean? What's the point of all this self-improvement if there's no real end goal in life? Not necessarily like there's an end, like a finish line. That finish line keeps moving back. But what's that big goal that you're trying to get to? You might not have one, and that's fine. Purpose is hard to find, but that is a part of your self-improvement journey. And this is where a lot of people in their self-improvement stage will start being pulled back. You see this happen a lot. You finally find out your purpose, and you're finally starting to pursue that. And due to that, you have no time for toxic friends. You might only have time for one friend, but you can't hang out with everyone. And now they think that you're an asshole. Now they're trying to pull you back, tell you, oh no, you're working way too much. You're working way too much. You need to like chill. And they'll call you toxic. They will think that you are toxic. Isn't that ridiculous? You're trying to finally pursue something, and they're like crabs in the bottom of a bucket trying to pull you back down. But no, what they're doing is toxic. You have to understand that your toxic friends are going to essentially try to subconsciously gaslight you into thinking that what you're doing is bad. What you're doing is for you. At the end of the day, the only person that is going to care if you succeed is yourself. If you don't succeed, they're not going to be sad that you didn't. However, when you do try to succeed and you try to push past that barrier of your limiting beliefs, then they're going to call you toxic, and they're going to be mad that you're trying. But think about it. If you fail and fall on your ass, they're not going to be there to pick you back up. I guarantee it. So why even spend time for them? Everything in life is like a huge test. It's either a race or a test. And in the race, there's certain tests to slow people down so another person can blitz past you. And your friends trying to pull you back down to earth and try to make you stop pursuing business as much. That's a part of a test. And you can either pass or fail that test. But at the end of the day, if you fail that test, someone else who you're competing with, maybe halfway across the world, who's trying to steal your clients or your customers, he's going to take that first place spot. And it's not going to be you. And you're going to be with your friends, and you failed. And what are they going to do? They're not going to do anything, because they don't give a fuck about you. And this brings me back to my main point of this video, is to have direction and purpose in your self-improvement journey. A part of having purpose is trying to find your purpose, and a part of finding your purpose is by scratching an itch. I talk about this a lot. If you think that you want to try something, try it. If you're watching this video, you're probably pretty young. There's very little consequences to trying something. However, if you don't have direction, you don't have purpose, you're not trying to actively pursue those, it is 10 times easier to get trapped back into the same circle with your friends. Because you don't have something that's on the line. You don't have something that if you slacken, someone else can take your customers and blow you out of the water. Not having that, yeah, you can be willpowered and disciplined to not hang out with your toxic friends still, but it's much easier for them to be like, well, why are you not hanging out with us? You're not pursuing anything. But at the same time, once you do find that one thing that you're pursuing, you're going to see that you're going to be tested a lot. And that's when people are going to start to turn their back on you and tell you to pull you back down to earth. But once again, if you fail, they're not going to be there to pick you back up. So you make the decision on what you want to do. I've preached this so much because I think the most purposeful thing that a man can have is a business. An entity that feeds their family, that can provide them with freedom, provide their parents with freedom, pay off like debts of their family members, that is like the most wholesome thing. If you can think right now, if you had so much money where you could pay off your brother and your sister's student debts, you could pay off your mom's mortgage, your dad's mortgage, and you could retire your parents so that they can stop working their jobs. It doesn't matter what you do, you would want that to happen. And that is through just having a grind and working on it. And the reason why self-improvement isn't the end goal and your business is essentially the end goal is because self-improvement helps you in the business. You take a cold shower because it wakes you up in the morning and it gives you dopamine to work on the hard task in your business. You meditate so you can focus better in a sales call and put yourself in your client's shoes and better understand them. That's the whole reason. You don't meditate so you can, of course you meditate so you can enjoy the nature every once in a while, but you do these self-improvement habits to accelerate your business. That's the whole point of self-improvement. It's an accelerator. It's not the vehicle itself.